everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I'm on a mission to hit subscribers. So make sure you click that button down below. I would appreciate it. So here we are, right? We had a customer reach out to us, and after negotiation with the price, which really there was no negotiation, the price is what the price is, and the customer wants to go ahead and move forward with an order. Now what? Now what do we do, right? So the first thing that we're going to do is, this looks like two. The first thing that we're gonna do is request, well, technically, I've already requested a copy of the design, like the logo that we are going to create, because like I mentioned before, that is going to be based off of our price, based off of how detailed it is, how big it is, all the shebangles. Now here's the thing, this logo, in my personal opinion, is a little over my pay grade. So I am really depending on the digitizer to have done their job in order for me to be able to create this logo successfully, because it's a doozy. And to be honest, I really was hesitant on whether or not I really even wanted to take on the order, but he was referred to me by another client. He was in a pinch and I said yes, and he had to pay the high ticket price for that. So I got the logo back. I do use 360 digitizing, 360 digitizing. No, right? Why don't I know the name of my own embroidery company? It's not my company. Yes, I was correct. 360 digitizing solution. They're linked down below. They're linked in every single video if you want to check them out. I maybe ran across maybe two problems with them, and to be honest, it's not even a problem. It was just they needed to correct the way it was digitizing, and they did it very quickly. I highly do recommend them. So I got the logo. I went ahead and submitted it. I got it back. Now we need to take it from their website, put it over to our chroma software, and our chroma software is basically going to show me how it needs to be scheduled on my machine. So I will go ahead and pop up the little template that it does provide you, just because it is very small and probably a little shiny when I do show you guys on my laptop. We are gonna do the logo a 4x4. I'm not gonna change the size at all. So I'm really hoping that it does fit my 5x5 hoop, which I do use Mighty Hoop, and we are going to run a sample. So this is everything that we need to do before we can even put it on the product. So that's what we're focusing on today's video. So let's go ahead, jump over to the computer, and then from there, we have to pick out all the colors for the thread, probably add them to the machine, and then run our sample. We also still have to find out how many thread count this is, because I'm thinking that's pretty big. So this is going to be the 360 Solution Digitizing website. Like I said, they are listed down below if you guys want to check them out. As you see, I do use them quite a bit. I actually have 48 items in total that I have ever submitted with them. So we're gonna go ahead, we wanna pull up our chroma, and from here, I have a video on exactly how you do all this, so you'll just have to search for that, but Ricoma does use a DST. So I am gonna grab my DST, I'm gonna drag and drop it, and it is going to bring over this logo. Here's a sample of it, by the way. She's gonna be a killer. And we do have a couple different colors. Obviously we have like a gray. So we have a gray, an orange, a gray, orange, black, and green. So those are 4 colors that we do need to focus on. I'm gonna see if my digitizer did different color grays, because obviously we have a dark in the back and kind of more like a light along the front, and then we have a little bit of white. So we might be at 5 colors in total. As of right now, this is exactly what it does look like through the chroma software. If I hit this little box at the top, which you can't even see it, it's going to show it in a better design for me. Also, the licensed and insured, more than likely I will convert that to the 65 needle rather than the standard 75, since this is a smaller font. But we do need to go to File, Print Preview, which is the screenshot that I showed you guys before, which is basically going to show me exactly how we are organizing everything on the software. So we have to basically map it out, figure it out, and go from there. Don't think I did like the best explanation on that, but you're just gonna have to kind of go back and forth between what is embroidering and how it's embroidering. This is very tedious and this does take a lot of time, but like once it's set up, it's set up. This is why I would prefer to get multiple shirts, but unfortunately in this situation, I am only getting one shirt right now. He did say it was for an urgency and hopefully, well, he said in the future he wants me to make, you know, 4 to 5 more. But again, we got to take that with a grain of salt. We can't trust what everyone says, but I am hoping he will eventually come back because at this point, his logo is already paid for by him. He has it. And then basically, as you guys know, I will do a printout and then I also will write on the printout every color that I used. So it just becomes a little bit more handy and helpful for me. Main thing that we're gonna do right now is I am gonna pull up his physical logo just to see exactly what colors we are needing. I do not have that like lime green color. So I'm gonna have to go with the next best option, which actually is already on my machine. And I don't have to add black or white because those are already on my machine as well. I need to do a dark gray. So this is number 6064. All my thread is from Candle Thread USA. Again, link down below. We are going to do a light version. I kind of prefer, I almost prefer this one because this almost looks like a white gray versus like, you can't even see that, but you know what, screw it, I'm gonna do the light gray. This one's 8241. And like I said, we already have, so the only other color I really need is my orange, which we're just gonna go ahead with this one, which is my 7278. I was trying to see if I had. No, I don't. I don't have that one on there because normally I keep an orange on there. Oh, and I don't know the color of this green one back here because as you guys see, the sticker is completely gone. Couldn't even tell you if I wanted to. What we're gonna do, oh wait, is this the sticker? Hold on, it fell. It is 8246, so that's very important that I don't lose that because I do need to put it on my little cheat sheet. And basically we're just gonna go ahead and carefully decide which ones we're removing because we have 3 we need to install. And then all I'm gonna do is I take the old thread, the new thread, I grab it at the tip. I know you guys can't see me. I'll bring it in a second. And I just knot it. And I did mention that I was gonna do my 65 needle, but I just remembered, actually I just remembered I do have, I was gonna say I don't have the thread. I might do the needle and not the actual thread, is what I'm thinking. But I'm gonna run it as it is right now. I'm gonna see how it comes out. If I don't like the way the 75 needle embroiders it, again, we're running a sample so we can easily correct that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I actually like pulling off this excess thread. So if you go over to your machine here and you actually hit the needle number, and this one's 4, it's gonna go to my 4 needle. And if I hit this scissor button, it's actually gonna, oh no, Brittany, you're getting ahead of yourself. I accidentally hit the wrong button. Oh my God. Okay, you're gonna hold the thread and hit the scissor button, and it's just gonna trim off the little excess. I like doing that because when it starts to embroider, it does not have this like long tail hanging. And then let's go to the last needle. All right, I feel like I'm mentally getting confused. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna have up his, if you ever look on Chroma, like right here, it'll actually show you the order it also prints in as well at the same time. So I'm kind of staring at that. So my first color is going to be, I believe that's black. You know what would be easier if I have it on my phone? Actually, just thought about that. I actually don't have his logo on my phone. Can you tell? I feel like I'm like out of it right now. So it's gonna be black. Okay, pen, you've been working all day, and now that we're busy, you wanna goof around. So black. And then it's gonna be dark gray. Dark gray. And again, this is why we run samples. So if we misstate what we were looking at, we can correct it. This is orange. Oh my God. I was like, how do you spell orange? I'm losing my mind. I am gonna select my C-hoop. My C-hoop should be perfect. It's big enough for my 5x5 hoop. And now we're just gonna go ahead and select all the colors. Right now it's 6:05 p.m. What I'm going to do is just take my hoop master. If you guys want, I do get a discount code. Not a discount code, you get free shipping. Just by using my name. How cool is that? I'm trying to find my pre-cut. Those are not them. Where are they? Oh my gosh. What is going on down here? I don't know where I got these from. I don't like the quality of the feel of this one. So I'm like talking myself out of it. Oh my gosh. I do pick these up from Amazon. They are always linked down below. They're pre-cut 8x8s. They're super affordable and they work really well. I use them on all my left chest logos. And I am gonna double it up. A lot of people will say to use the material on which you'll be running. And as you guys will notice from my channel, no I don't. I embroider on such a wide variety of things that I just can't keep backups for all that. So I always just use my backing. I was doing it on a fitted, not a fitted sheet, but like a sheet, like a bed sheet. But I wasn't really too happy with the overall quality. Because of the weight, it kind of kept pulling it down and it would like distort the logo. So we just went ahead, we got that. So we'll go ahead and frame her on out. We can do auto all the way through. We do not have to stop for anything. This is a giant logo. 6:08 right now. I do have the speed at 690. I'll probably bump it up to the next one. 740. Happened. Oh, we ran out of bobbin. That's a simple one. So, can you believe we are not even done with the black layer yet? And we are just over 20 minutes already into it. My gosh. What did I get myself into? Now I am gonna back it up a little bit, which is basically your stop. So I'm gonna cut it with the scissors. we talked about before. I'm just gonna do a small little trim here, just so it doesn't show. We're gonna hit stop, which is gonna back it up for us. Since I'm really not sure how much I need to go, I'm just gonna feel it on out. I'm gonna stop about right there. You do have to hit your little flash, so it's red, and then you are gonna hit go. It took a solid hour, and the camera died. I was gonna have it run the whole way through, but it died, so unfortunately I could not do that. But while I've been popping in and out just to check on it, there are 2 issues, and there's a lot of excess thread. So what I'm gonna do real quick is, if you see all this, let me trim that off. Let me change out my battery, and I'll be right back. But 7:07, a solid hour to get one logo done. I think I'm way over my head right now. Officially cleaned up. Now that I've actually looked at it pretty closely, there's just 2 corrections that I definitely need to make. One is going to be the needle that I mentioned before. I think I'm going to do the 65 needle, but my heavier, I believe this is 80 weight thread. Do not quote me on that, but I'm pretty certain on that. Pretty certain on my comment. Whatever candle thread is, I think I'm gonna do a smaller needle but same thread. So that means that one of my grays, I'm gonna change it out for one that I have like 2 of the duplicates on. I'll show you. So the color is very similar, but I at least have 2 of these. So I will stick one on my 75 needle and then one on my 65 needle. And then another thing is I'm gonna contact the company, and I'm gonna see if they can either thicken up the border or do something. Because if you look, here's the licensed and insured. It's very wonky. I do not like it at all. I think the thinner needle will definitely help out. Everything else came out really well except right here. But just so you guys are aware, this is supposed to have 2 borders, a gray and a green, and it basically covered it right on up. So we need to make a correction here. Obviously the correction here, I don't have a clue what the heck happened, because this is very thick. I would have said, you know, maybe if we were on some type of stretchy fabric, it would have moved, but there's just no way. So I'm gonna have to submit that in. I'm also going to, like I said, have them correct, because there is some, if you look like right there, you can see the double border, and like right there, you can see it. So it like kind of pops out a little bit, but you can't see it like mostly at all. You can see it kind of down here. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but it is a double border right there. But otherwise, like that came out fantastic. The background, this Southern Outdoor, I'm trying to read backwards. Otherwise, everything else came out really well with it. So I will have to run another sample. So more than likely I will not get it back tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna contact the carrier. They do have like a chat feature. So I am gonna take a picture of this, upload it, and then show them where I'm talking about with the errors to see if they can correct, well, not this. This is the license and insures a me error, but I'm talking about like the out border. I'm gonna have them correct that for me, and then we're gonna have to come back more than likely tomorrow and rerun the sample. And then, like I said, switch those out. So we'll be back. I was hoping to do the video on one night, but that's just not the case. And this is why we run samples, because of reasons like this right here. So it is the next day, hair is still wet. I just got the image back from my digitizing company. Honestly, it was super quick. I sent it this morning. They sent it probably in like 20 minutes. And all that we did was, remember there were 2 borders. One was a dark gray, one was a green. I just said, go ahead and remove one of the borders, make it a little thicker, which is exactly what they did. So they basically removed this like little gray border you can kind of see, made this green one a little bit thicker to hopefully fill in that gap. I did also change out my thread color. As I told you guys, I went with the other gray where I have 2 of them, and the licensed and insured, we are going to use our 65 needle rather than our 75 needle, and we have a new one here. Bobbin should be still good since we did change that out yesterday. Not sure if I left that clip in or not, because I do feel like this video is running a little longer than I was expecting, but I know some of you do like my longer videos, so trying to please everybody. And it's going to take another hour, so I'm not gonna do any time lapse or anything. We're just gonna come back with it done and hoping, crossing fingers, everything does come out smoothly. If anything, if the license and insured does not work with my standard thread size, but it works with my needle, I might end up switching it to my 65 weight thread, which I do have one in gray. I'm just not doing that right now. I'm trying to test the waters. That's what we're doing. We're testing the waters. So 740 on the speed, and it still takes us an hour to complete this logo. I'm coming to you guys mid-project, and my ring light is falling off. I ordered a new one, by the way. But, okay. It's getting worse by the minute. Okay. So I stopped you guys mid-project. I'm still working on the sample run. It does not have the gap, which I'm grateful for when we removed the double and they made it a little bit thicker. Right now I'm on licensed and insured. Honestly, I don't think I like the font that's being selected. For some reason, the font looks very choppy in my opinion, and I'm almost tempted to remove that font and just replace it with something I have on Chroma. I am going to actually change out the thread just out of curiosity to see if that just, because I'm only on LISEN and I still have and insured to, well, I still need to finish out the word license, but hold on. If you can see how choppy, I don't know why this is looking so dark, but just see how the word license looks so choppy in my personal opinion. So I'm gonna see if I can change out the thread to the smaller one to see if that does anything better. Otherwise, as you can tell from sneak peek, it looks phenomenal. And the Southern Outdoor, it does leave a lot of tags. So I've just been here snipping them, which is why you're not seeing as many as the last scene. But let's just change that out and see what happens. So I picked up this box from Amazon. It just has a bunch of my smaller thread in here. What is this? The 40 spools. Guys, I am horrible when it comes to remembering all these numbers. I just know this is a smaller thread. But you do pick up this entire box from Amazon. I believe I have it linked below. I don't recommend it for this type of machine because as you can tell, they're really small. But right now, don't fall. I'm kind of working with what I have. And I will be honest, you don't run into this that often because commonly most logos are not this difficult or detailed. So it's just the one-offs that you might run across this with. And when you do, you have to run samples and you got to pull your hair out a little bit. So let's go ahead and pull this. And cool thing is, this is like almost identical. You know what I just realized? I don't have it on the right thread. Or needle. How? That's not the right needle. Well, now I'm really curious. All right, hold on. So this is the needle I'm going to be using. Hopefully you can see that. This is the one that is highly recommended for commercial grade machines. And I'm trying to figure out why the correct needle would not be there since I had the smaller, I don't know. Just now I'm more curious on whether that font would have, or the other thread would have worked, but I'm too deep into it now to care. Let's just try it. And then we're just gonna really hit go. I can already tell the difference. It's amazing how you can easily just change the thread and the needle and it makes such a world difference. I did go ahead and hit it with the lighter more than you guys just saw, and then because I just keep looking at it and speculating and critiquing, but I've hit it with the lighter. I did a little bit of trimming, but I'll be curious if you guys can see where we changed the thread as well as the needle with the licensed and insured. But here you go. Can you tell the difference? I hope you can, because we got all the way to, I think it was the N. Yes, the N. And then we ended up switching it to SED and then the rest. But can you tell? I hope so. But I think the logo overall came out way better. I do have a bunch of scrap on the old one, so hold on, let me clear that off and I will show you side by side. So as we can tell, this is the old, this is the new. Again, still the same size, but we ended up fixing the border, we ended up fixing the licensed and insured. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. Hopefully you can tell a little bit of detail goes a long way with it. And like I said, changing out the thread, the needle, all of that does play a huge impact. Now here's the thing, was this very time consuming? Absolutely. Was it annoying? Absolutely. But here's the thing, we now have the logo, so when he reaches back out to us, we have everything already keyed, figured out. We got all of our, you know, glitches out of the way. So at that point, when the client does end up reaching back out with multiple orders, remember, print off your cheat sheet. We're gonna go ahead. I'm actually going to keep this. Anytime I do run samples, I actually do keep the logo. It is a good reference point to remind myself exactly what everything is colored. But I also kept this little cheat sheet, which is telling me exactly what color everything goes in. But what I will also do on top of all this is I will write the number of each color that I use, because like I said, we used a different orange, we used a different green, and I want to make sure that if he does come back, we're going to continue to use the same colors unless the customer is specifically requesting it to be changed out. But I think overall it came out really well. I'll actually pop up his original logo with this one so you guys can see them side by side as well as a color reference. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. Like I said, there is a lot to go into it when it comes to setting up your design, but then once you have it all figured out and keyed, it's just writing sales from there. I do have the shirt, haven't even looked at it, so maybe at the end I will show you guys. Oh boy, nothing like having a black shirt with such a black logo. I don't think he put those two to two together, but maybe it'll look really good. I know we are doing the opposite. Instead of left chest, since we do have the Columbia, we are doing right chest logo. And I guess everything will just pop with the grays and the greens and everything. I will also use the same backing, which is my 8x8 pre-cutaway. Those are cutaway, and I will double it up due to the type of material it is. But actually, since he is using a black shirt, I'm actually going to use my black 8x8 pre-cutouts versus my white. So on the inside, it'll look a lot cleaner. Again, if I remember, I will show you a clip at the end. If I forget, I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you could, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next crafting project. Bye, everyone. This is the completed shirt. Doesn't look bad, right? Give me your honest feedback. And as you can see, I did do the double backing right here. And that's it.